Mr. Roland Gomez, along with myself. We have our interim director, Ruben Ramirez, and legal counsel, Aaron Vela. The time is 5 o'clock p.m., Monday, January 20th. Mr. Ramirez, was the meeting posted in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act?
Yes, Mr. President. The meeting was posted in accordance with the Texas Opens Meeting Act on the 16th day of January at 8 a.m.
Thank you, sir. Do we have any public comments?
None today.
Mr. Balderas, public comments? Nothing? Okay. We'll go straight to number 4, discuss and consider approval of sponsorship for Edinburg Chamber of Commerce Fiesta Edinburg. I see Mr. Ronnie out there. I know he gave a presentation the last time. They were asking for $15,000.
Yes, Mr. President. It is my understanding that the initial $5,000 we have already given to the Chamber of Commerce on this. Of course, if the board, as I had expressed before, if the board wishes to extend additional funds, that's at their consideration.
Okay, just real quick, I know when Ronnie gave his presentation, board members, a couple of things that I didn't agree with were hosting it at the HEB Park. You know, they're going to pay a fee to use that when last year the municipal park, and plus they're giving that entity a big percentage of alcohol sales, if not all the alcohol sales. I know we gave them a $5,000 grant that Mr. Ramirez wrote that check. He has, I mean, not grant, donation. He has the power to do that up to $5,000, so he did that at the very beginning. But those issues kind of bothered me when in their presentation. I know last year they did have a surplus of money, as he stated also in that presentation, that they used for scholarships, and they had something left over. Just a couple of points that were brought up, but I'll leave it up to you guys if I'll go ahead and entertain a motion, and then we can discuss. Or
I have questions. So how much did we give the last 2 years?
It's my understanding that it was $15,000 each year.
So it was $15,000 for the past 5 years, and we've already given them 5.
Correct. For this particular year, we gave 5.
So you're requesting an additional 10? Just to match from last year? Sure.
I know Mr. Salinas, or Councilman Salinas, had a couple of questions, and I completely agree. We're going to fight for every dollar we can save, but I kind of went back to last year's figures as well, and found a couple of things that they're helping us save money on. So, with their facilities, we would save $2,200 on portables that we would rent out, for additional crowd at Municipal Park. And security, $1,500. They have their own overnight security. We would pay for additional security for that. Also light towers. I know fire helps us with a few light towers, but being a bigger, darker area at Municipal, it's about $1,000. And also booth rentals, it's about $2,000 with the pads that we have in place there.
what was that? That last one?
The booth rentals.
Rentals?
Those like the 10x10s we have to rent for each vendor.
Okay.
Well, they already have 20 pads in place there, so that helps just offset some of the costs that initially we would have to incur if we went to the other park. Also, just a few numbers that I was went back and researched just to I know you guys had some questions on a few of those things.
So that saves us $6,700. You got anything else to throw in there?
7,900, yeah.
7,900. What was the last?
I'm sorry, 6,900.
69.
Yeah, so it's 2,200, 14 on security, 1,000 on light towers. Light tower fuel, we have to refuel those.
Okay.
That's $200,
Okay.
and then the booths is $2,000.
Yeah. Okay. That fuel was the 200 I was off.
Sorry about that.
So 6,900.
And the contract, the stipulations are minimum of 5,000, not to exceed 7,500. And I think that's kind of what got us the first time when we were out there. Is just there wasn't a stipulation, and then the costs just exceed, and we have to agree to everything before it is done. So I just wanted to bring that to you guys as well.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir, go ahead.
Ronnie, what is the cost of a title sponsor?
15.
15? So
Correct.
then we would, if
Yes, so we always, well, with the support of the EDC, the EDC was our title. So is Bert Ogden. They put in 15. This year they're going to put in 20. And we also always honor the city because they lend us, their services as far as, any trash cans that are outside, this case, it's not personnel on the property, but sometimes PD with that.
Go ahead,
Ronnie, is there a way to do co-branding? When I came on, one of the things we would always do is co-branding, even if it was an Edinburg EDC project. We are one big community, right? So I would always throw city, EDC. Is there a way to also do that?
Definitely. So that's always done. It's always been, co-branding, including Bert Ogden, Fiesta Chevrolet. But on any flyers, any material, any, commercials, everything is always, put in place with that.
I had a question. Ronnie, last year, thank you for coming today.
Thank
Last
you.
year, do you have the estimated alcohol sales from last year's?
So we spent $39.49, so $3,949 on expense for alcohol. And we brought in $4,981,
So broke even on that?
so almost broke even.
Almost $1,000 in profit. But isn't much.
Yeah, the reason I asked that, Ronnie, because yeah, when you tell us that the place we're paying for, or you guys are paying for rent, and they were getting 100% alcohol sales. I was in the bar
Correct.
business a few years back. Sometimes people think there's a lot of money. There can be, but it's mostly in liquor sales. Beer sales kind of are always pretty even. But I know that kind of left a negative connotation when somebody else was going to get 100% of the alcoholic sales.
Correct.
But that's why I asked that question, to actually highlight that it's really not that big of a number.
That was a good question, Dan. Because
Thank
I think last time we were like, it's like $100,000. Somebody was throwing that out there.
I
Well,
wish, if not,
Liquor,
then we wouldn't.
liquor does that, but yeah, beer is a little more even
And-
keel.
And like I said, we would purchase, and then we have to buy a license for that. Then we have to man it, and it's very hard to get volunteers right on that section of the main act. So it's real. We're a small staff, but it does help when you're actually in a different venue where they're controlled, and you don't have to worry about those things, and it doesn't affect the quality of the event as well.
Yeah.
But you're right, and that's kind of why we measured that. It's not a deal breaker for us as far as the sales.
Awesome. And for the rest of the board, I was there for I guess maybe the last time I was there for the Josh Turner, and it's a pretty controlled environment. The Josh Turner thing was off to the side, sectioned off with professional style gating. There was security guards there, and while everybody else enjoyed the rest of the venue, then if you were going to go watch a concert, you kind of went off to one other side and went down to the amphitheater. It was a nice setup, and I also went to the one last year, and that was a little more spread out, kind of harder to feel the whole continuity and the flow. The concert was, I didn't know about the bus getting stuck over there, but yeah, you had to get through the dugout to go into the concert. I actually thought some of the larger names in the music industry might frown upon being on a softball field or whatever, but personally, the HEB venue was really nice, and that's just my personal opinion. Any changes or updates on have the acts confirmed? There's no changes?
Yeah,
or anything?
the acts are confirmed, and we're scheduled to have a press conference at 2 p.m. This Friday at Bert Ogden Fiesta dealership.
Awesome.
At
Thank
the,
you.
at the car lot?
At the car dealership, yeah, their Fiesta area.
Thank you, Ronnie. Thank you for having those answers. No
problem.
further questions on my
Yeah,
end.
good job, Ronnie. You knew what I was gonna ask, man. You came prepared to throw those numbers at me. No, but good questions. I appreciate that, guys. Anything
you all.
else? Any other discussion?
I'd like to make a motion.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
I'd like to make a motion for an additional $10,000 to the chamber for the Fiesta Edinburg event to match what we've done the last 5 years.
Second.
Okay, we do have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Those opposed, same sign. That motion carries. Ronnie, congratulations. We look forward to another great event. And just so I get this down right, this Friday at 2 p.m. at Fiesta Chevrolet, you're gonna announce the acts that are coming, right? Or the main event, the main act. Okay. All right. Thank you, Ronnie. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Okay. We'll go on to number 6, consideration and possible action.
Number
Oh, I'm
5.
sorry, I skipped number 5. Number 5, consideration and possible action on seeking applicants advertising for the position of Executive Director, Assistant Executive Director, and Director of Business Operations and Marketing. Ramirez, any discussion? Pretty clear cut.
It's pretty clear cut, yeah. You guys are gonna need an executive director, so I recommend that, that this honorable board approve, you know, the, going out and seeking applicants, highly qualified applicants for these positions.
I move to proceed with discussion.
I'll second that. Go ahead, Mr. Enriquez, discussion.
Okay, so the advertisement, do we know where we're gonna advertise? What, in what media outlets
What
or?
medium? Yeah.
So that's, something a couple of the ideas were obviously the monitor, but you want to be able to have a wider, broader scope, right? So I was gonna leave that to the consideration of the next interim executive director, so that way they figure out how they would like it.
Well, we can direct this to the president to let the interim director know, whomever that is, of what we're considering, I guess. One of the things that I think we need to outline in detail, is the job descriptions. That's one.
Yeah, I agree. I'll follow up with that. I think that each position has got to have a specific job description, detailed with experience and what we're looking for. Do we have anything like that in place now?
Yes, we do have a few of them for most of these positions. I don't believe we have one for the assistant executive director, but there is one for executive director and director of business operations and marketing that could be recycled.
I would like to see that so that we can discuss it and make sure that the board's all in agreement with what each of the positions are outlined, detailed, like I said, with credentialing and experience as well. I would also like a plan of where we're gonna advertise this, what medium. I did a little research. I know that there is every organization, like in mine in healthcare, we all have professional associations. I know there's a Texas Association of Economic Development that's statewide. I'd like to see it advertised there. I'd like to maybe get some guidance from them to make sure that we do the best for the city of Edinburg and go out for a very qualified person that'll fill that position. Just so that we don't waste any time, and I don't want this to be a six-month project either, right? So as soon as we can get it done, just to know who we assign that to.
Well, let me ask a question. If the attorney can get together and formulate a job description for each, are you able to email it to each one of us so we can review, and if we have any comments? I know we can't discuss it together, but if I can do it one-on-one with you?
Yeah, we can do that,
Okay.
because I can, once we get the interim name, then we can go back into the files, when we did some advertising before in the past, go through it, start that kind of the starting point, work on that. I know we did work on some classifications for different positions. I don't know where that information is, but I'm sure Mr. Ramirez can help locate that. And then from there, just build on that, and I'll certainly circulate it just for any kind of, to make sure that we have full content of what we want in there.
Right. Okay.
So there would be no problem emailing it to us individually to kind of
The board,
update and...
the board is approving the action tonight, okay, which is to go out and move forward with it. It's just a matter of some of the details that we need to make sure the qualifications that you're looking for in there should be fine, so.
Okay. Great.
How soon should we be receiving that? Within this week sometime?
Well, I will be out the rest of this week, but as soon as our interim starts, we can kind of get working on that, whenever that may be.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, I'll go ahead and entertain a motion.
I motion.
Second.
Okay, we do have a motion and a second to proceed. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Those opposed, same sign. That motion carries. Number 6, consideration and possible action on appointment of an interim executive director.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
can we take this into executive session?
Yes.
Yes, sir. That's exactly what I was gonna say. Is that a motion, Mr. Enriquez?
Yes.
Okay, I'll second your motion. All those in favor of discussing this in executive, raise your right hand. Those opposed, same sign. That motion carries. We'll take number 6 into executive session. And that takes us to executive session. Can I get a motion to go into executive?
So move.
Second.
All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Those opposed, same sign. That motion carries. Dan's opposed. He loses 3-1.
No, I was, sorry, I was reading.
Oh, just kidding. That's a 4-0 vote to go to executive. It's 5:17. We'll be back in a little bit.
This time, the executive, the board will convene an executive session in accordance with Texas Open Meetings Act, Government Code, Chapter 551, Subchapter D, exceptions to requirements that meetings be open, to deliberate under the following sections: 551.071, consultation with attorney, and 551.074, personnel matters.
Can I get a motion to come out of executive, please?
So move.
Second.
Do have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Those opposed, same sign. That motion carries. It is 5:41 coming out of executive. I'll hand it over to Mr. Vela.
There's no action taken in executive session. However, we do need a motion to remove item 5 from executive session back out to open.
Number 6.
I'm sorry, 6.
I move to bring back item number 6 to open session.
All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Those opposed, same sign. Number 5 is back. We can discuss it now.
Mr. Chair,
Number
6.
Number 6, I'm sorry. It was number 6. Yeah, my bad. Go ahead, Mr.
Chair.
Enriquez.
I'd like to make a motion to hire, or appoint, I should say, Mr. Richard Hinojosa as our interim executive director.
Second.
Okay, we do have a motion and a second to name Mr. Richard Hinojosa, our interim city manager, as the interim EDC director. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand.
I have just some
Discussion?
comments, yes.
Go ahead.
Just so the public can know that I made the motion for Mr. Hinojosa specifically because of the transition from Ruben and our previous executive director. I felt that it would behoove the city to have someone that is familiar with what's been going on. Mr. Hinojosa was here for a number of years, so he has a lot of knowledge of how the system works, the projects that we were working on. Some of the projects that we were working on were while he was our city manager. So I felt that the transition would be good. And also, the most important is that, he'll be doing it for free. He won't be charging us. So that's another
It falls
good
under,
quality.
His roles
other
and
duties.
responsibilities.
Yeah,
Right.
it falls under other duties.
Yeah, for the sake of continuity.
Okay, can I entertain a motion? Or do we have a motion?
Yeah,
No,
we
we
have
need a
a
vote.
motion.
We already had a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Those opposed, same sign. That motion carries. And that's all we got. Can I entertain a motion to adjourn?
So move.
Second.
All those in favor signify by raising your right hand. Those opposed, same sign. That motion carries. Meeting adjourned. The time now is 5:43 PM. Thank you.